welcome to Direcast, batteries not included. Here at Direcast, our group of 6 brave daywalkers play different RPGs, bringing you a new game and system every few weeks. And once again, we are 7, because for this series of games we have our wonderful guest KC. And we're continuing our game of Vampire the Masquerade, setting out into the London night to play detective and search for the missing ghoul. The intro question this week is, which kindred clan would you be a part of in real life? I should have prepared for this question. I don't know. I can't remember what they are.
I'm trying to remember what they are again.
And I remember like Toreador, Tremere, and Nosferatu, and like the
Ventru,
fancy boys.
Because I was Ventru. That's the like posh people.
Yeah, I think I'd be Ventru because they're fancy. I love being fancy. Or
but
Tremere because I like.
And you're arty.
That's Toreador or Artie.
That's Toreador's. Yeah,
Tremere magical.
Yeah, but I'm sciencey as well. I think I might be Tremere because I like studying stuff, but I'm not too keen on the blood sorcery. But I guess when if I'm a vampire, I would be. I guess. So I like Seraphima. I'm a Tremere, I guess.
Also worth mentioning, we didn't play them. There's the Bruja, who are like the super passionate kind of counter-authority
rebel
ones.
Archetype.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 100% certain that's pronounced Bruja, because it's the Spanish word for witch.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, welcome to England. This is our brew jar.
This is our Bruja. Alright, Bruja.
Does that mean if a Bruja devotes himself to becoming a comedian, they're a Brujaha?
Coming from about a mile off, and do you know what? I just pledged gently and let it wash over.
How did you make a Bruja lame?
Very easy.
I'm a talented individual. What can I say?
We're very good at this.
All right.
Who's next? Matt.
It's me. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt, and I would be. What's the performance-y, artsy, fartsy?
Toreador.
The
You'd
flamboyant.
absolutely
Yeah,
be
Toreador. I'm a flamboyant Toreador because I like to perform things.
Toreador.
Yeah. I'm Jacob, and I think we're going to have the D&D problem where we're a podcast full of bards, so I'm going to consciously steer away from that.
I'm a druid.
And steer away from that and say I likely would be a Bruja, just because I hyperfixate on like everything, and change the thing I hyperfixate on every few months.
Oh, Jacob, he's a right Bruja.
Yeah.
Helen.
Hi, I'm Helen. And I got stuck.
You need to be turned off and
Just
on
a
again.
buffering symbol above your
Do I
head.
need to go shake you?
Yeah, go and reboot her.
Right. Hi, I'm Helen. And I think that I would probably be, let's be honest, Ventru.
Yeah.
Like Ernest.
Fancy.
You like being in charge.
I work in corporate. I work in a large corporation. This is what I do for my life. This is what I do for my life, and therefore
You're the only one of us with life prospects, so
Yeah.
I have to
a
pay the
sad
rent.
job.
So you artsy types.
Sponsored by Helen.
One day, when we all live in Dire Castle, we'll be able to actually afford it.
Yeah.
Dire Castle.
Dire Castle.
I get to
That's
balance.
gotta be
Yes.
a thing now. You gotta go make some fan art and put it on a t-shirt and sell it as merch. You have to.
What, the Dire Castle? Oh my god.
Oh wait, hang on, it's me. Right, when I'm not manning siege equipment, my name is Peter, and
What is it when you are manning siege equipment?
Then I am Neil the Destroyer.
Neil before Neil.
Neil before Neil, but only within a range of 300 meters. Okay. Enough about trebuchets. No, I couldn't be Gangrel. I would love to be like Tyburn, just going around hitting things, but or you're being sort of power. But no, I think somehow I'd be Ventru. I don't know how I'd be Ventru, but
You're a posh boy? Question mark.
You
I don't
studied
know.
English.
Yeah, that'll do. You went to a red brick university or whatever.
You're a gentleman of learning.
I didn't go to a
No?
red brick university.
Ah.
My university's walls were stained with other colours.
Alright, hi, I'm H, and just to prove I'm a total nerd, I'm going to go for one of the newly released clans.
Yes!
Because I was reading up on this in my spare time, and I've fucking gone for the one that no one can freaking pronounce, and I've watched YouTube videos where people argue about this. So I'm the one that's a bit like a dragon, because they like to collect stuff, and I do quite like to collect stuff.
What was that
If I
name
known
again?
that was an option, I'd have gone for that.
Everyone spoke at the same time. What just happened?
What was the name again?
Sneezy.
Right.
Sneeze cheese.
There's an S in there somewhere as well, but
Oh.
I've forgotten where it
God.
is. It's an Eastern European word.
Zimichi?
Simichi or something like that.
Anyway, you do hoard things. Can confirm this.
Exactly, yes.
Live
I
in your
also
hoarding.
hoard. The
It's
hoard.
just, things are good and you don't know when you might need things, and so I just have like those watercolours I'm never going to sodding use again because they kind of suck, but what if I need them for something?
Oh my god, so like their first entry on one of the Wikipedia pages is they are a clan of scholars and flesh shapers.
Oh lord.
The-
Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
would
the-
like
the
to
Zimichi-
translate,
The Zimichi are I as I understand it from the lore, Casey, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're one of the lead branches of the Sabbat, who are the bad guys.
Or at
Like
least-
those
at least they were.
they are the Sabbat are the things that give the things that go bump in the night nightmares.
Yeah.
Cute Billie Eilish song. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm good with that.
Sorry, this is overview. If one were to describe a Zimichi as inhuman and sadistic, it would probably commend them for their perspicacity and then demonstrate that their mortal definition of sadism was laughably inadequate.
For
Jesus.
their watty.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's super.
perspicacity-
Those are a lot of big words. We're not but humble pirates.
That's
I'm
a lot of
actually- I don't
£10
think-
words.
Right.
how
I'm actually
how
backtrack
perceptive
on
you
the
are.
Sadism. Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, anyway,
before.
yeah, sorry,
I'll do it again.
KC.
So, hi, I'm Casey, and as much as in real life, I'm pretty much a Ventru. However, I really, really want to be one of the other clans, Hakata or Necromancer.
What's Hekata?
Necromancer.
Ooh.
So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
it's a
pretty cool.
merger of like a load of different bloodlines, but basically, most of them are Necromancers.
That's cool. I want to be one of them.
Super cool powers.
Yeah.
Raising the dead and stuff.
Raising the dead.
I feel bad I've chosen like a sadistic one. I swear I'm not.
You are. You're terrible. You force me to eat the delicious
Awful.
food all the time that you make for me.
Oh no! Okay. Well, now that we know all of those things about ourselves, let's get to it. So, where are we? We are in
Should we do a
in
quick
the car.
recap of previously on?
One second, cat and face.
It's a common malady in these parts.
Yeah, she's chosen a bad moment, right? Right. So previously on, I'm hoping you guys can help fill me in. I believe you were all in a van, having caused quite a ruckus at an incredibly expensive apartment in Canary Wharf, setting off terrorist alarms, drinking the concierge, getting the concierge addicted to your thin blood, and also accidentally speaking to one of the prince's children up in the penthouse apartments on the 36th floor or whatever I said. And I think we left
That
you...
covers almost everything. I think
Yeah.
just with the receptionist, if I remember right, we not all of us, some of us,
Nope.
drank her, made her like addicted to it, but then also wiped her memory so she doesn't know what she's addicted to.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is a real way
absolutely.
to fuck someone
You
off,
did,
so
didn't
that's
you?
fun.
Which I think is really cruel.
It's a
like,
pretty
bad.
horrible thing to do.
Meg doesn't have an opinion particularly, but Matt thinks that's very cruel.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was gonna wipe her memory, so I don't think I should take the stain.
No one's blaming Ken if everyone is blaming Vermilion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bad parental influence.
Million knows it.
I don't.
You know
Not
what? He's
angry,
the
we're just
best. He got me
He's like
food.
that crazy dad, you know. He's like a crazy dad who buys you drugs because
I
he
just
doesn't want you
to
to get the
bond
bad
with my
stuff.
child.
He's like, look, I bought your weed for you. I don't want you to get anything that has anything bad in it.
No, he's the crazy dad. He's the crazy dad who buys you drugs because he owes the dealer one.
Yeah.
If you're gonna eat people, I'd rather you do it in the home.
Exactly.
That's actually an interesting thing you said, Casey, though, because you said that that's your stain, not mine. I hadn't thought of it as a stain on his humanity, but it actually may be, because you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm happy to
this.
take that as a stain, because I'm... Yeah, since I'm now on
I
two,
think so.
sure.
You're having a very bad day, so I think, yeah.
I mean, we could. You could argue that he's attempting to carry out his parental responsibility by covering his child's tracks.
Yeah. You could argue that. Would you like to?
No, not really.
Okay, then you got a little stain. We can roll some remorse when you go to bed in the day.
Yep.
Because that's how this game works. We haven't tried that yet. That'll be
How
fun.
do you sleep at day?
When the sun comes
Speaking
up and
of,
the vamps get
what
sleepy.
time is it?
Good question. Oh, gosh, you started out early night because Ernest had an early morning in Parliament. Oh, yes, and Ernest went to Parliament. That was the other key thing that happened.
Oh, and we stole the laptop.
And
Yes.
you stole the laptop from his
And a
flat.
bunch
And
of other
several other
electronics.
things.
Yeah, and a toaster
So
waffle thing.
All I'm thinking, right, is we could go to his place of work.
I think
Wow.
that's where we said we were going to head.
Which,
Yeah,
which
sounds
to
good.
be fair, like because he worked at a bank, right? We established
Yep.
it's some like
Barclander TSB.
Parkland.
Absolutely no similarity to any
I
existing
think
establishments.
you missed a couple in there. I think H, just a few.
I tried to fit them in, and it just
TSBC.
yeah.
Yeah, TSBC.
Facts.
Okay, so basically ignore what I was going to say. I was going to say let's go home and come back when it's open, but it will be open, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, at least
Let's
part
continue.
of the building. Come on. Yeah, there's gonna be people in there.
I mean, I got an idea.
What's your idea?
I mean, FYI, Megabyte, if you check the internet, I'm trending. But,
Checks, you're correct, you're trending.
What is he trending towards?
fame.
A life of crime.
Yep.
What do I? All right, so yeah, I'll literally. I feel like I probably don't even have to roll for checking my social media.
No.
Do you have like
No,
an internet
absolutely
alert
not. You
set
can-
up for all of us?
You can check.
I don't, but I do believe I said at the first session that I did follow him on Twitter.
Yes, you did say that you followed him on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got all of his socials up to and including like.
And that was before he
MySpace.
was a vampire.
Yeah.
Megabyte, you may have noticed there is a photo of me doing a selfie in the building we were in.
Oh
Wait.
my!
Oh no.
What is this? What? Why is
Actually,
it?
in Ash's flat, or
Yep.
oh my god,
Oh, that's a
Kenneth,
bad
you don't
idea.
want to
Hey.
last the night, do you?
Here's the thing.
Buddy?
It's the picture is just of me like at the window,
Oh
like
no.
over like.
Can you
can
see the skyline?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
That's the attraction
It's
of
the
the
skyline.
picture.
Oh,
I-
you might
Nobody
Why-
nobody else is in the
Group.
photo. Just me.
you might
Why
want to
is it
delete that.
trending? You can't delete it once it's trending. People have copied it.
Cool.
Well done. You're learning.
Yeah, I remember from that time I accidentally.
Once it is on
We'll
the
talk about
internet,
that.
it can never be truly removed.
Like,
Aw,
Megabyte
Ernest,
smiles
look at it.
when Ernest says that.
It is
It's like,
clearly like you can
listen.
tell that's a lecture that she's given him at some point, and he's just
Yeah.
like reciting it.
In the middle of the crisis, Meg like looks at Ernest and just gives you like an approving nod, as to be like, "You've learned, and I'm proud of you." Like,
He's
Can-
so
you're
proud of
trying.
himself.
Can they track where that picture was taken? Why is it trending? Why do people care? It's just a picture. What?
Yeah, like, is there anything specific? Is it like trending with a tag,
Nope.
or is it just your?
I'm just
interesting
trending.
enough?
I think
Wow.
the algorithm just loves me.
I'll
Can
basically
anyone-
explain to the group that alright, there's no reason to believe it's a breach of the Masquerade or anything. Not enough vampires really check this stuff, so we're probably alright for now. But can I? Alright, who left their phone on?
At that
There's a
point, the
rule that
BlackBerry
no phones in
goes
the
off.
van.
Fantastic.
Oh, was that one?
Oh, that's what I was
That
worried
was really
about.
scary.
Sorry. That was pretty bad, wasn't
I
it?
love how we were just like, no phones in the...
That was good. I was like, what did I say about no phones in the van?
And Megan, it's jingling in your pocket. This is the one you were given by the Seneschal. or
okay,
what's the
I'm
point?
gonna hold it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
A text has come in.
okay, it's a text.
It's a message from, because you've recovered all the old contacts and whatnot, and you didn't recognise any important names, but you can see who this is from, and it's from someone called Dr. Pearson. And the text
Dr. Pearson.
reads, "Hello, are you still available for our meeting at the British Museum, 3 p.m. Friday? We have your updated staff pass. Just ask for me at reception and I'll make sure to meet you there. Looking forward to our discussion."
What day is it today?
It is Saturday night, I believe.
Saturday night. We're going to wait a whole week.
I'm not going to reply straight. First thing I'm going to do is put the phone on mute, put it on vibrate.
Okay, yeah.
So that we don't get that again. No offense. I just don't want it to go off like if we're trying to sneak and I forget.
Offense taken, that's fine.
Now they're going to make a vibrating noise down the microphone.
Yep.
I just know if I was DM, I'd be immediately right. Who's got it? Because I'm going to set that off.
Yeah, I just can rub it on the cat next time when it vibrates.
Please don't.
So to the group, I'll share this with the group, and Meg's also going to say.
Your phone goes.
I mean, I don't see the harm in pushing the meeting back till sunset at 5.
Is there any way we can bring it forward in the week?
Could we have it maybe Monday?
At say 5.
Or perhaps one of us, in particular being a person of social standing, could make an appointment separately with this man.
Might I suggest, Megan, can you
Who is this man?
Yeah, maybe you want to Google him.
Is he a doctor of...
I won't be meeting any random doctors.
I will do a quick basic search of Dr. Pearson.
Okay.
I will keep hold of the phone. I don't want anyone texting him back.
Okay, he is a professor at the Courtauld Institute of Art. That is the university one, isn't it? Or is that just the museum? Have I said the wrong one?
There's no way of knowing.
The what
I'm not
Institute
sure.
of Art, sorry?
Courtauld.
Courtauld.
What's he doing at the British Museum?
Anyway, he's a professor of the arts somewhere in London. And he has, a kind of boring-looking, academic-looking LinkedIn page. He has a university page. He seems pretty mundane, doesn't have a huge Facebook presence, has like a couple of pictures of some kids up. Looks, for all intents and purposes, like a relatively normal person. He seems to have attended a barbecue, judging by the Facebook thing, an indoor sort of party at some point in the last week.
First question, have I got his Facebook?
Yes. I know, me too.
So, Facebook photos, are there any photos of him outside in the sun?
Yeah, plenty.
Okay, right, that's good. Doesn't confirm, but suspicion.
Can we find anything about the kind of research he's done any recent
any mutual friends between him and what's his name as well, Ashwari?
Okay, you can pull up this guy's academic CV. Academic CV, that's the phrase I was going for.
Yep.
And he's a researcher on ancient sculpture in Roman and Greek specifically. And has written papers about the styles, the techniques, the tools, that kind of thing. So he's like an art historian, but with a kind of practical, technical application.
Just a quick question. Tyburns going to look over. He doesn't recognise him from his fight club, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Good.
Good guess.
All right. Tyburns going to get back to doing whatever
this
he's
guy
doing.
doesn't have any direct links to anyone that you can, anyone on this case
no mutual
that
friends
you can
or
tell.
anything.
Staff pass. Why would he need staff pass for
he's meeting him
art
at
museum?
3 p.m. as well.
This
so
isn't
not...
Ash's phone, by the way. This is the phone you were given by the Camarilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a reminder.
I forgot.
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is
You don't know whose phone
this is the hostage taker's phone.
This is the phone the hostage takers sent a picture to.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Like,
somebody
just to
who
clarify,
they're trying to presumably get one up on.
Yeah, well, this is somebody who sent a message for the prince.
Some sort of delivery date?
So it's either the prince's phone or someone who can get a message to the prince that we're currently holding.
So this is a Camarilla Minion's phone, which just happened to be sent a message and is
Absolutely.
now important. Right. Cool.
Yes, before you start going, why does Ash know a sculptor?
linked.
Not Ash's phone.
Yeah.
Can I, because I have academics as a skill,
Of course.
can I do some reading on his academic-y stuff and see if I can find anything relevant, anything relating to vampire lore or kidnapping?
That's a good idea.
Sure, you can have a quick look into him from an academic side, so start scrolling his published papers on JSTOR and whatnot.
Right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 intelligence splodges, so that's 4 dice.
And then
And then I've
academics.
got 1, 2, 3 academics.
You're a Tremere.
She's a researcher.
Yeah, you are a researcher.
And doesn't a number of those have to be like hunger dice or something?
Yeah, if you have any hunger, don't forget to put in some hunger dice as part of your roll. They replace your regular dice.
Were we looking for above 6?
Yep, 6 or over.
Okay, hang on. I'm just going to assign one as a hunger die and roll.
Yeah, just roll it to one side if you have different colours.
Be the iron one. No, they're all different colours.
That's fine.
Hunger die is fine. So I've got 1, 2, 3.
Everyone stops breathing.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, with 3 successes, you don't find anything immediate that reads occult, like you were possibly hoping. This guy doesn't seem to be involved in any vampire sculpting history. Nothing to do with kindred that you can find. Scrolling down the list of credits on one of his more recent papers, you see a name you think is vaguely familiar, and thinking about it, you think that might be a member of your chantry.
What's the name?
Alison... Alison Freeland.
So do I know her, or I know her from the St. Paul's Chantry, or...?
Yeah, you think you've come across her in relation to the St. Paul's Chantry. You can't remember if she's also a Tremere, or if she's, like, had a meeting with you, but you recognise the name, and you think she's kindred. So this guy seems to know this person.
Cool.
Would I know a way of getting in contact with her?
Not specifically. Not technologically, at least. You could go ask around. Kindred know kindred and where to find them, but...
Okay. So I point to that name and I go, I know of this one. She may be kindred. She's been around the Chantry circles. I could go to St. Paul's, talk to people, see if anyone knows of her.
I think it's a good idea for you to visit St. Paul's as soon as we've, like, either tomorrow or whatever. Whilst we're moving along, I have an important question to ask the group. Can anybody other than me drive?
Yes.
Yep.
No. Absolutely not.
I can drive.
I have a flying broomstick. No, I don't.
Okay, she's gonna look at the Duke and be like, "But can you actually drive?"
I used to fly
You drive me
Spitfires.
crazy.
I can drive a fucking van.
Yeah, but that's not driving a van, is it?
I have been driving cars since they were invented.
I can steer a flying carpet, but I can't fly a van.
Where are you guys sitting at the moment, by the way?
On a flying carpet.
I'm in the back.
Yeah.
But, like, where's the car?
What I was basically gonna say is that I assumed we was driving to the next location, his work. So, like, I have Streetwise. I got 2 bips in Streetwise.
Excellent.
But I forget what you call it, expertise or specialty.
Yep.
On Black Market.
Oh, nice.
So I wanted to hop on my laptop in the back, chat to my friends in Bytemare, and see if there's, like, any mention of this fella Pearson in, like, the illegal art training world or anything like that.
Okay.
And also, we have
But I need someone to drive the van while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
We also have the laptop from
You have Ash's laptop, yeah.
Ashes.
I was gonna hack into that when we got home. I didn't want to do that in the back of a moving van.
Okay, cool. So if you pull over, swap drivers, you haven't really got far to go to his workplace. He lives like a 5-10 minute walk from the bank. So
Are you looking?
I will allow Vermilion to drive, but as I hand him the keys, I'll be like, "Don't make me regret this."
Surely Kenneth can drive.
Ernest can drive.
Ernest, you haven't
I know
driven
Ernest
in
can.
60
I trust
years.
Ernest. I know Ernest can. I'm letting the Duke have a chance.
Okay.
Do you have any?
I have a dot in drive. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. I give, as I go into the back, I want to give Ernest a look as if to be like, keep an eye on him.
Megan, as you clamber into the back, you briefly glance at your own BlackBerry and you see you have a WhatsApp voice message that's been sent from Thompson, who is Ernest's ghoul.
Yep. I'll listen. I'll like press it to my ear and listen to it.
Okay. You immediately recognise the voice, and it is Theodore, Ernest's husband. Do you continue to listen?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. It's clearly not for you, but I'll read it out anyway. Sorry, Ernest. Hello.
Well, it was on my phone.
It is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because Ernest doesn't carry a phone, so if
think
anyone
Ernest
wants
has
to
a
get to
phone,
him in
Megan?
an emergency, they'll contact Meg.
Point. I'm gonna listen to it, but it's not allowed. Like, so it's to my ear, so I'm the only one listening.
Absolutely. Hello. Listen, I'm terribly sorry you've been caught up in this, my love. I'm on my way to London as I leave this message. Do what you can for them and keep safe, but please, and heed this carefully. Don't do too much. Don't... wish I didn't have to rely on this technology. Please ask Megan to delete this after you've heard it. Please don't go above and beyond. Don't dig deeper than you have to. You may find things you don't like. Don't protect the child too closely either. I doubt it'd be worth it. I'm sorry. I don't think... I'll explain in person tomorrow night. Keep safe.
Okay. I will pocket my phone.
Okay.
I won't say anything now, but like I'll keep the message like to deliver to Ernest later.
Okay.
And I won't say anything else. I'll then I'll be like, I've got the information. I'll deal with that when the time is right. But then I'm gonna get on my laptop and start doing my black market research.
All right. So you just see Meg listen to a phone thing, climb into the back, get the laptop out. She's in her tech world. And
Ernest,
feel free to challenge me, anyone who understands like what WhatsApp messages are. Like I'm not being.
Literally
I wasn't
just
going
Kenneth.
in expecting to try and hide it. Yeah.
No, that's fine. And Duke Vermilion takes the wheel.
Ernest is going to go shotgun.
Yeah, Kenneth doesn't care. He's just chilling on his phone.
He's nice and full. He had a good meal. He's just digesting. Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm definitely taking the opportunity to focus on the road and I'm giving it my full attention more so than I perhaps need to or should.
Okay. That's never a bad thing. The streets are relatively quiet. You've got the odd sort of rich boy racer in a fast car. Probably the likes of Ash Tuari, who lives around here and owns a very fast car and has no cause to drive it except late at night on a weekend.
Yeah, so it would be like past midnight on now a Sunday morning, right?
Yes, now and getting into Sunday morning. So bars and restaurants will be closing eventually, but they're probably still open. People, Saturday night revelers still out. And you really haven't got far to go. So by the time you swapped, you just are basically looking for a place to park. The bank doesn't come equipped with a ton of parking, and definitely none of it free, but you can probably find a underground car park somewhere in Canary Wharf and pay the atrocious parking fee.
Extortionate
It's
fees.
pittance. Pennies.
Not even 3 digits.
So you know he works at Barkland Air TSB, and you can head there quite easily. There's probably signposted, or very easily Googleable.
I mean,
map
I imagine
or
it's a
Googleable?
giant fucking skyscraper with that written
Yeah,
across the
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of banks here, so you probably have to wander past. I'm trying to think of some other bank mashup names to insert here. I won't.
HSB Lloyd's.
HSB Lloyd Sachs. Yes. But it's not hard to find. You don't have to roll to find it. You just
Bank
find
of Ascot.
Metro BC.
American Widows.
I like that one.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's great. I should have had him
That
work there. That's so much better.
That's definitely a vampire
well.
bank.
It's so...
Corporate mergers, man. Corporate mergers.
Hell yeah.
All we
Yeah, it happens
hear
all the
is
time.
American Widows. I don't know why that mashup came to my head, but oh well.
It's just great. All right, so what you guys doing?
Can I quickly, just because I don't think it would be a long thing, I'll just quickly roll on searching the black market, unless you think that's going to take a while. in which
No,
case
I
will.
think you can do it pretty swiftly, but I'm saying you are doing this like in a minute or two, so it won't be the
Yeah, but
deepest.
basically, I just thought I didn't want to slow down the narrative with it unless you wanted.
Yeah, no.
Unless you thought it would be a bigger
No,
thing.
that's fine.
So
Give me a quick.
Can you? So I've got 2 dots
Yep.
in Streetwise, but I've got the bonus thing specifically for black market.
Yeah.
So what does that? Does it get me an?
I think that
extra
gets you an
one?
extra
Yeah.
dice.
Would you like some help?
Yeah, if Ken's offering,
Sure.
I'd love some help.
I think this is an intelligence roll as a base, then, isn't it? Intelligence, and then
Yes.
is it larceny black market?
Streetwise.
Streetwise, sorry.
Streetwise.
Yes, you said streetwise. Yes, streetwise black market. Great.
So I got 3 here. Is that right?
That sounds probably.
Or is it intelligence plus?
It's
the streetwise?
intelligence
Sorry.
plus streetwise plus 1 for your.
All right, so it's 7 in total. Then that's
Plus
cool.
an additional one.
Yeah.
Plus
No.
all 8 of my dice. Ready.
You only have 8 dice.
I do. Yeah, sorry.
And don't forget to sub in any hunger dice. Yeah. If you're hungry.
Yep, and I've got. Yep, I've got that.
And
That's
you
2
know it, clap
2 of
your
them
fangs.
hungers. So that's 1.
I don't know how that's possible.
Sorry.
No,
am
I
hear
don't.
it?
I don't want to know what
slow.
you're doing. Stop
I was
it.
just clapping my fangs.
Like always. That is 3
It
successes.
hurt a bit.
Okay. You don't find him mentioned on the black market at all. He doesn't seem to have a dark web presence. Straight up, he's just not there. Like, you're pretty sure he's just not there. There's not
Fair,
that
fair.
much in the way of ancient, like, sculptures being sold this way and that, and the few people who are have elaborate
First of all,
usernames that
there
you
absolutely
don't think is this guy.
There absolutely is a lot of ancient sculptures being sold on the black market.
Like that's
Yeah,
that's where
But of,
ISIS gets most of its wealth from.
Yeah, but of like large Greek and Roman kind that he seems to study, there's a small subset of which, and none of the names.
In this
look
universe,
like they're
there
him.
isn't.
Yeah.
It's just no demand. It's so out of fashion these days. People are into Assyrian sculpture. People don't
Yeah,
like Roman
exactly.
these days.
It's
It's all the stuff
honestly
that's
it's
been
Chinese
sacked from the
most
Middle
of
East.
time.
It's really not ancient Greek anymore.
Yeah, Ming vase, fantastic, but like Statue of David, no chance.
Anyway, this dude not on the dark web.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's roll on.
Brum brum.
Cool. What are you doing? How are you approaching the bank?
Yeah.
What's your
yeah.
plan?
What do we want? What are we achieving here, and how are we achieving it? And how low are we going to keep our profile this time? He says, glaring over the back seat at Kenneth.
As he's dressed in
I
full
can't go
vampire
in.
costume.
I'm currently trending as he turns his phone to me being #1 on Twitter.
Why are you trending? It's just a skyline. What's the
Yeah,
context?
but people love me.
I still don't understand what you are trending towards.
I think
Yeah,
Fame.
did you invent like a new dance or?
this is a question for
No,
another time.
I'm pretty.
Yes, we're
Right.
getting distracted.
Are
Tyburn.
we?
Tyburn is confused. Does not say that out loud. I'm not like a
Park,
Pokemon.
you can. Meg's gonna say to Duke, you can park anywhere. You can use the disabled space. I've got a disabled badge.
Oh my god!
A true villain.
Take a true stain on your humanity for that, Megan.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Have you
I
seen
mean-
my face?
Isn't her ugliness enough of a disability?
That's
Look, I can't
that's
do
not
Vanna,
a
right?
disability.
I don't know. It's pretty
It
extreme.
is in my circles.
I like to think that she went into social services, and that's like the only legitimate human interaction she has. She just pulled her hood back, and the social service would go,
Hey,
"Oh,
well, you look
fuck
like you
me!"
know.
You know.
I've played
Oh my
online.
God.
It's a small evil for a lot of good, and much more importantly,
right.
convenience.
we really don't do much
The
good.
thing is, this place is going to. This place is going to be extremely heavily fortified. So I think just sort of breaking and entering probably won't do it. However, I feel like, do we actually need to break and enter?
Do we have the name of like his supervisor? Maybe someone could have a meeting with his supervisor and.
At this time,
At 1 a.m. on a Saturday
Well,
night, Monday,
Yes.
Sunday
bank
morning.
people are weird. We could be weird bank
We
people.
could pretend we are finance people.
you
Maybe-
could pretend you are a finance person.
I could get it into a different costume and pretend I am a finance person. This is
Why
not
would
my
you
only
not have
gimmick.
done that in the last building?
Hindsight.
Do you want?
Hindsight, the bane of a true actor.
Sorry.
Maybe Kenneth looks up from himself. Maybe you guys want to talk to security.
I could mug Sorry, yeah, no, hang on. I can't hunt. Probably that's a bad idea.
Don't mug security yet.
I suppose I can go in and talk to them again.
Yes,
May I suggest I can look into getting us a power cut, so they don't look at
Another
you
one?
too closely.
Oh, not another one.
yeah.
That's a good. I had completely forgotten that my last plan was also a power cut. You're right,
Yes.
Do you have any other plans that you ever use?
I just like power cuts.
Should we have a
That's because you like the
distraction?
dark.
Are you planning to
Like a terrorist
Driving
threat.
the van.
Yeah, like a terrorist threat? Maybe an alarm should go off.
All right, okay. We are varied. We have multiple plans, alright? We
No,
don't
we
always
don't.
fall back on the same.
I can go and talk to the staff at reception.
That's
May
not
I
like last
suggest
time.
that the reception may not be manned at 1 a.m. on a Sunday morning?
I could mug someone.
There'll be security or something.
I mean, I could do my clinging of the insect thing and climb up the walls.
But may I also, what are you
That's
trying
gonna
to
be-
achieve? Are you trying to get into his office? Are you trying to get into his floor where he works? Are you trying
Exactly.
to like...
What are we
where are you
trying to
going?
find out? Don't worry
Yeah.
how, why is important.
Megan, are you able to get one of those blueprints of the building so that we can find out where he works?
May I storytell and interject very briefly as well? You did also have a tracking signal from the phone that sent the message. The one that sent the picture, and it was to Canary Wharf. You could maybe try and work out where in Canary Wharf.
That is
Oh,
true.
yeah. That was the plan last time when we didn't get around
Yeah.
to doing it. Was
Yeah,
we were going
'cause
to
it-
drive
'cause I
around the
still-
streets and see if we
I
saw
believe
anything.
Yeah.
I still have my
Yeah, and I know
my
Loki has her spell. Yeah.
I might still have my spell going, so if I go where the phone was, it might be that we can pick up his trail.
Yep.
My impression from that nugget was that we weren't able to pin the GPS location down to anywhere further than Canary Wharf, and being closer wouldn't help us.
And then we got the workplace from his mum when Ernest went to interview.
Yeah.
You did.
May I make a suggestion? I think, so if I've got understanding this thing right, it's just a glow of where he's been in the last 24 hours,
Yes.
right? Now, we know he went missing before that.
Yeah, it's been a week.
So it might be a better use of our time to do a couple of laps of the area and see if you can see anything. And then tomorrow, I think most of the good information we're going to get off of his workplace will be interviewing people, saying, like, what did you last see him? Was he acting weird? That kind of stuff is more useful. So maybe we can send Ernest or Ken to gather that info in the daytime tomorrow.
And if we are able to hunt down his trail whilst it is fresh, then it'll be.
I will say he did disappear a week ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we're either going to find out where he's been
relatively
in the last day,
fresh,
or not. I mean, if he's chained up in a basement somewhere, it's a needle in a haystack. I mean, we could, or so who can? It's Lukey who can see it, right? Sorry, it's
yes,
Seraphina.
Hello,
Seraphina, of course, darling. Maybe so the place is still manned. Why don't we send the most human-looking members of the party? That's Ernest and Ken. In like you can like maybe go
the oldest and the youngest.
Do you not think I look human?
See if there are any clues in his office, which is the why.
True, but also I think it might be worth literally having a chat with some of his colleagues if they're still in, and like, you know, was he acting weird, that kind of thing.
I tell you what is worth doing is taking the beat is walking the path from here back to home to see if we spot anywhere that someone could bag him.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like
he
walk
is a
from...
rich man. He takes taxi.
You're right.
My impression of him is that he will be a fairly trendy young man who will not take the taxi just because he can.
Seems a legit.
I think there's no harm in trying it. So why do we not? Okay, how's this for a division of labour? Hear me out. I think we're going to send Ernest and Ken in the front door to chat, see if they can get talking with at least security. If not, if they're lucky enough, they might be able to blag their way, talk to some colleagues, gather some like human information, do some like work. Let's send Duke Vermilion and anyone who wants to go, and definitely Seraphina and Tyburn. You can go with them if you like.
I take Tyburn. He is good tracker.
I think sending the famous person and a member of House of Lords into a banking building together might be
why
suspicious. It's like, why would these two people be together?
Say you're going to open an account. I don't know.
Yeah, you
opening a joint account. Yeah. You're in love.
Anyway, like
my heart belongs to
you
Theodore.
can work out your own cover. What I was going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to try and hack into the building and particularly try and get the CCTV footage so I can see what he was doing the last time he was in the building.
Oh, nice one.
I see. Like so we are also a possible distraction.
Correct. If you strike out, doesn't matter. I'm doing something else. If I strike out, doesn't matter. You're doing something.
Is it worth if we have Seraphina and someone else in the van doing a almost quartering Canary Wharf to see if you pick up the glowing, and then myself and someone else closely examining the trail from house to work?
Absolutely. I think you had Ernest's car as well, right?
Yeah. Ernest's car has just been following us around. His chauffeur has just been following you, so there is another car. We came in a car.
So I'm thinking, hang on, I'm going to write this down because I'm rapidly losing track here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
4 different tasks.
Many moving pieces.
Have Megan in van hacking.
Yes.
We have Ernest and Ken facing in the bank.
Yes.
We have Duke and Tyburn walking the beat, and then we have
Seraphina can go round in Ernest's car, looking out the window, doing
Seraphina is being driven.
She's going to be drinking the champagne in the back of the car,
doing the wide search.
Mm-hmm.
And then we meet back here in an hour.
Sounds
hour
good.
or two, yeah. Right. Does that accounts for everyone, doesn't it?
I think that does.
Any objections?
You have spelled my name so disastrously wrong. It's a PH and an M.
One objection. Noted. Thank you, Lukey.
Alright, storyteller. Who goes when? Lead us.
Right. Well, you've just parked near to the bank, so I think we're going to start with... Well, let's start with hacking, because you're going to leave Megan and all pile out in your separate directions and get into the other car. So I think we'll start with Megan, and then we'll move to the bank, and then we'll go on the people who are going on a wider ranging trip, because that'll take you guys longer. So, Megan,
Alrighty.
what's on your agenda?
I wish to shut the doors and turn on Benny Goodman, which is my hacking music.
Excellent.
Live at the Carnegie Hall, 1933.
You remember it well?
And then I remember it well. And then so basically what I want to do is, if this doesn't work, fair play. But my goal is to kind of get myself into the building systems.
Okay.
And then specifically, I want to access the CCTV footage. And then, if possible, go back into the backlog if it exists. It might be physical backups, which will scupper this. I don't really know how this works.
Neither do I, so I'm just going to make it up depending on how successful you are. This is going to be hard because this is an international bank who are
I imagine
protected
it's
against
hard.
stuff. But you're not going for their financial records. You're going for the CCTV, so that will be easier than if you're actually trying to get financial information.
Yeah, my hope is that the security is on a different system to the alarms.
Yeah, you're going for the building systems, not the financial systems.
Exactly.
So.
And basically, I want to, if possible, try and access CCTV from the day that Ash went missing, to see if I can see what he was up to in the building that day. See if anyone was with him. See if he was behaving weird. That kind of stuff. See if he did leave.
Okay. And you know what he looks like because you've got the picture. So, let's
I've
get
a
roll.
Right, so let me just work this out.
Let me work out what this would be. So this is definitely some kind of intelligence roll. And this is your hacking, so this is going to be technology.
Presumably technology, yes. That's a nice round 8 dice.
Excellent, I thought you would be good at that. And don't forget you can use willpower to reroll fails if you really want to succeed.
Thank you for reminding me. I might well use that. I'm just seeing if we've got...
And I think you can also do a rouse check to gain an extra dice, is that correct?
Yep.
Someone who knows the game better? Yeah,
so talk to me about the rouse check.
So that's basically...
What's this?
You risk gaining a hunger if you fail. So that's if you roll below a 6.
I'm currently on 2 hunger.
Okay.
Is that high?
By
2
3,
out of 5.
it's starting more pressing.
All right, I think I'll risk it. I think I will do a rouse check.
If I get to 4, I get stigmata.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
How does one do a rouse check? Sorry.
So you just roll a d6 and see if you... Yeah. So you basically... I think it counts as done whether you gain the hunger or not, doesn't it? Oh, so you don't gain hunger. Excellent.
Okay, but I do get an extra
dice.
Yes. Excellent. Right, here we go. Come on, Megabyte. Okay, I've rolled 5. I might re-roll 1.
Okay.
To try and go for another success.
Okay.
We're using one of my willpower.
Sure.
Is it...
So willpower you can re-roll up to 3.
Yeah, you can re-roll all your failures if you want. Yeah.
No more failures.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So in total, successes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Damn, that's a very successful hacking. Right, you
this
get
girl knows her stuff.
Into the zone. Finally, all those bloody noisy kindred are out of your van, and you can concentrate. You've got your favourite music on, and you can just zone right in. It's just screens and you just how you like it. So.
Yeah.
With that, absolutely no problem. The bank is definitely very well guarded against any kind of financial cybersecurity attacks, but in terms of getting into their own systems, their CCTV, it's a private contractor. They've sold it out to a third party. You can easily hack in. You're good at this.
I've literally got the codes already. I've seen this system before.
You've seen the system before. They use it in all the highfalutin places. Ernest has probably been somewhere where you needed it, and it was a bit of trouble then, but now you know how to do it. You've got the password.
Oh, yeah, the bank job. That was fun.
So, you're in. You've got access to all the CCTV, and the last 2 weeks is stored digitally, and then it's made physical and, sent somewhere and stored.
Note, I want to take a hard copy of...
Okay.
Of that, I probably can't take the whole day. I'll take entrances and exits. I'll take the hour when he arrived and the hour when he left.
Okay, sure. Yes, you see him. You see him come into work on the Friday morning, bright and early, in the grey suit that he is pictured in the picture you've been sent.
Nice.
You see him at his desk. You can't see too much of the inside of the office because they don't want the trading to be captured on CCTV, but you can sort of see he's there and he's a blurry little guy. You see him leave for lunch. You see him come back. You see him go out for a smoke. He comes back in, he stays quite late. You see most of the office start to trickle out around 7 p.m. And at about 10, there's maybe a handful of people left on his floor. And this is a big floor. There's hundreds of computer stations with their multiple trading screens up. And you see him sort of chuck his suit jacket on, but his coat's still on the back of the chair, and head down to the lift. You follow and try and find him on the ground floor, and you can't. He doesn't seem to come out at reception where you expect, and you flick around to some different floors, and you eventually find out, you see him emerge into the loading bay where deliveries come in, which is underground. It's like -1. And he heads down there. You lose him a bit as he walks off camera. He comes back in, seems to be looking around, and then clocks out to the left, and the camera doesn't follow. It's sort of fixed on the entryway where you can see like vans would come in to load, and he's gone out of frame, and that's the last you can find of him that day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know where he'd vanished.
I will save all of that to a hard drive, and then I want to spend the rest of the time between now and the next convenient plot point at which I'm interacting with someone, kind of going through it a little slower, just seeing if there's anything else jumps out as odd. Like, I'm happy to call that insight or something.
Excellent.
I'll just kind of go through it like quality control almost.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So next we're going to go to the vamps heading into the banks. So that is Ernest and Ken. So you step out away, you bid the others farewell, and you start to head down the stairs from the car park towards the bank.
I'm looking forward to this.
Especially because Ken doesn't really like Ernest anyway. So...
Yeah, you haven't interacted much. This will be interesting.
I'm so glad you two ended up together.
I think
I would say I didn't plan it,
visibly uncomfortable.
before they get there, Ernest is going to be like, so, Megan always says you should have a plan before you enter a situation. Theodore says this too, and darling Theodore is normally correct about these things. What is our cover story?
You're rich. You want to open a bank account.
Why would I open a bank with Barkland there?
Your previous bank is pretty shit. I don't know. This is not my expertise.
You want to get into trading?
Yes, yes, you are my new protege, and you are looking for work experience. Perfect.
Okay.
So we have come to see our good friend, Ashtuari, who said that he would be here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We wish to speak to him or his colleagues if he is not available. Perfect. Wonderful. Good job, young man. Well,
It's 1 a.m. Just FYI.
Yeah, but he's a rich, eccentric lord.
Yep, I know.
and I'm a famous celebrity getting famouser by the minute. Like I need to, hedge my money somewhere. I don't know.
Are you just like marching up to the front door?
I think they started marching up to the front door, and then very, Ernest has slowed down until they're like standing out of sight of like the van or any of the others, but before they be seen by security.
Okay. That perfect blind spot.
Kenneth, how are you finding everything?
It is an experience.
Yes, it is such. May
I think most of you are weird.
Oh,
and,
yes, we are.
Eccentric.
Oh,
and
yes,
I guess
undoubtedly.
really old and incredibly powerful.
Oh, well, in the grand scheme of things, we really aren't, and that is the problem with this situation, isn't it? But I would like to take this time to just tell you a cautionary tale, I suppose. My darling husband, Theodore. Have I told you about Theodore? My husband.
You may have mentioned this teddy guy.
He doesn't like nicknames. Theodore and I met many a moon ago, and he was so very handsome. And it wasn't, some things just weren't acceptable at the time. But, he was just so charming, and, well, I thought that was just what happened when you were a sodomite, you see. It took a good 50 years for him to make me realise that I had turned.
Oh my god!
It was unexpected, you see. It hadn't. The Camarilla had agreed that I would be turned, but not while we were so engrossed with one another. It had been an act of passion. He turned me into a sodomite.
No.
Sorry.
Look,
I'm
you
pretty-
killed H.
So
Kenneth is like, dude.
I haven't been a vampire for very long.
Kindred,
very long,
darling,
but
kindred.
kindred. Yeah. These old-fangled words, I don't.
Oh, well, we were having sex, and then he strained me.
That's an image.
Of blood.
It drained me of all my fluids.
Ew.
Oh, Helen!
Say that again.
Anyway, this is not the important story. I just wanted to give you some backstory on me and my darling Theodore, and we've been happily married ever since. We've been always very careful not to create a blood bond or any of these other unhealthy things. And it's good that, I spend a few months out in the country, out in town while he's in the country. We have our space, and we respect one another's boundaries, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I'm very much aware. Like, I haven't been a vampire long, but I know when I feed, people tend to be more engrossed with me. Is that what he did with you?
Oh, no, I fell for his smile.
Sure.
And it's big.
Like I'm smiling right now as I turn on awe.
Are you trying to awe me?
I guess
Hold
so.
on, give me a second.
You're gonna have to roll to resist, yeah.
Hold on, let me just check what composure intelligence versus my manipulation presence.
Okay. Let's get those.
You get a +1 because wait, your blood potency 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you get a +2.
All right, so that's 6 dice for me.
Find me.
So that's like 5 successes?
That's 5 out of 6. Yep.
Wow, I've got 3 successes.
Okay, yeah,
you can feel it.
Yeah,
you can feel
You're
it.
gonna get a slap in the face.
Yeah, you feel it wash over you, and suddenly you kind of see this kind of like you've done this. You have this ability. You know exactly what Kenneth is doing, and yeah, he looks good. He's standing there. You just want to look at him, but you know precisely what he's about, and it's not impressing you anymore.
He's going to lean forward and gently pat him on the head. A very sweet trick, but I've seen it before. Anyway, the point I was making about dear Theodore is that while I look after the domain down here in London, he takes care of his domain up in Yorkshire, where I'm the Earl, you see. And he had a member called Jonathan. And Jonathan isn't his real name, of course, but Megan always says we should use a pseudonym. Jonathan was a bit of a handful, you could say.
Johnny was a handful. Got it.
Yes. And you see, he became such a handful that it became a bit difficult to keep him around all the time. It became a little bit better to get permission and then have a neighbour. Have a
neighbour.
Have a drink with him, if you catch my drift.
I'm sorry, my lord.
You do not catch my drift. This is fine.
What is the point?
We shall continue.
I don't catch your drift either.
Drift's not caught.
Drift.
Drifting merrily into the sunset.
No, not into the sunset.
No.
That's
Right.
very bad.
Let's try this again. Jonathan was more of a risk to the coterie than he was an asset.
Yep.
Yes? Okay.
Okay.
So Theodore received permission from the prince of the area
Yep.
for Jonathan to meet with a neighbour for
Yep.
a drink. And then
Cool.
Jonathan was no longer a part of the domain. Do you understand? Let's go inside, shall we?
Disembodied voice
Yeah, let's go
over the
inside.
window. They had him killed.
They had him killed.
I mean, me as a player, I get it.
Does Kenneth need to make an intelligence roll?
Yeah, maybe.
Ernest tried.
Yeah. There is a sleepy-looking receptionist sitting behind the main desk.
My
Obviously,
aura is
She
still
looks
on.
identical to the
Your
last
aura is
one.
still on. Excellent. Nope, he is not identical to the last one. He is a
Yes, he is.
small guy with dark hair, a little bit of a beard, quite neatly dressed. Clearly looks a bit tired though. Would rather not be there. But looks up and greets you with a polite and very well practiced smile. That is familiar.
He needs
Oh,
to say
he is
something.
awed. Yes, good point.
Yeah.
He's just
Good,
staring
he was
at
awed.
Kenneth.
He's drooling a little bit.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening. Hi.
I am Lord Ernest Crabtree, Earl of Ripon. And this is my protege, Kenneth
Charles.
Kenneth Charles.
Kenneth Charles. He just kind of repeats, looking at Kenneth.
Oh, yeah.
Charles.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Are you here to
We are...
see someone? I can't let you into the. Sorry. He drags his eyes away from Kenneth again. The building. Have you got visitor passes, Kenneth?
I
but-
was told that you would be issuing us with one. Kenneth, explain to this.
Yeah, I assumed you were going to give us one. We have a meeting with a trader of some sort here.
Was I meant to have one here for you already? I can check the list. Maybe it got waylaid. I've just come on shift. My apologies. Sorry, Mr. Charles. He starts looking down the list, like clearly flipping things over, looking for a pass that doesn't exist. It's getting a little bit more frantic because he can't find what you want. And I'll quickly print a couple out for you. Sorry, what was your name again? To Ernest.
Lord Ernest Crabtree, Earl of Ripon. And this is my protege, Kenneth.
Lord. I got
Charles.
it, yeah. He quickly types those in.
What does Ernest's one end up saying?
Ken's friend.
Lord Ernest Crab. Lord of Ripon.
I want to say Lady Ernie Crabfrog.
Yeah, no. He gets it somewhat right. Like, this guy's still trained. He's just distracted as heck. So he
I was going to
prints
say, if he
these
got
out.
it very wrong, he wouldn't be working in, like,
No,
a
absolutely
large
not.
building in Canary Wharf.
Yeah, he lets his hand linger on the pass as he hands over.
Hey, do you have anything I could autograph for you? Like, just...
Yeah,
Kenneth, perhaps later on our way back. On
Sure,
our way
sure.
down.
I'll be here.
Yes, young man, what floor are we going to?
Oh, sorry.
Ashtuari and his colleagues were the ones who invited us.
He forcibly drags his gaze away from Kenneth again and is kind of rummages like he's finding something to get to sign, but you're staring at him and you're still quite intimidating, Ernest, so he kind of flicks back to the computer, looks in the database. He's on the fifth floor. If you head right when you come out of the lift, you'll need your passes. Wait, let me just activate your passes so it'll let you in there. I don't know if anyone's going to be there at this time of night, though.
Oh, we're expected.
You're expected, excellent. Great. He quickly grabs your passes back, swipes them, reprograms them, hands them back. Sits back, and says, I'll find something for you to sign on the way out. If you just come back down, I'll be here.
Please
Sure.
come back to me.
Ken just winks and walks off.
And he passes out behind him.
Swoons.
If you glance back, he's frantically texting on his phone, and you imagine, like, oh my god, I just saw Kenneth Charles. Oh my god, he's so good looking.
Yeah, that's
He says,
going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should try and leave his little... Ernest, who hasn't noticed this, he can't do technology, as he like leads him to the elevator, is like, wonderful job, delightful, you are natural at this, there's hope for you yet,
Hey,
young Kenneth.
I was...
But...
You got supernatural powers, right?
I mean, supernatural is a strong word. I have many of the powers that are kindred.
You can make people forget things, right?
That's not one of the ones that I have focused my energies on.
Oh, great. I'm going to pull up my phone, text Megabyte. Megabyte, I need help. There's a security guard in the lobby. You need to make sure he doesn't send any messages
What do you
out.
text me exactly? I like my phone pings like
Help. Security guard, stop his phone.
What security? I text back.
Megabyte just throws a stone through the window.
I text back. Just the security guard on the front.
Yep.
What? And then like straight away the next message. What did you do? Exclamation mark.
He's probably going to tweet that I'm here, so maybe stop him. Or cut the Wi-Fi or the cell tower or something. I don't know. Help.
Like she texts back. KL.
This is amazing.
What does that mean?
Oh, this is a nightmare. You're amazing, Kenneth. I love this.
I love
Cool.
Kenneth.
As they're going up the lift, Ernest, who is largely oblivious to basically all of this, is just like, you did such a great job, but do be careful with offering your autograph. We don't want any evidence that we were here, you see. Covert, yes.
Oh, I've got 7 fake ones.
Completely
It's fine.
unaware. Right, so we reach the 5th floor and we go right.
Okay. You go right. You beep yourself through a set of double doors. It's a very large open plan office, which is indeed a training floor. So there's all of these computers set up in rows with their sort of 4 to 6 screens, depending on what they're doing. And then there's 3 walls of this building are just glass view out into Canary Wharf. And there's some dividers between the different areas, but it looks like this could seat maybe 200 people if it was full. Currently you see like one person down the end. There's a couple of coats slung over chairs. Maybe some people have headed out but left all their stuff to come back early. You see like maybe 2 mortals sitting around still working, but generally people have gone home. This does not seem to be an active trading floor at the moment.
I'm turning all off.
Yeah, okay, good idea.
Would Megabyte... You said that they didn't have any CCTV in the trading floor.
They have a little bit. They have distance, so you don't get huge detail, so you can't see what's going on the screens, for example.
Would Megabyte know which computer was what's his
face?
Yeah,
she could direct you to a row. Yeah.
Okay, so if you text Megabyte, she can tell you. She'll just be like.
To be fair, sorry. I still have the earpiece in my ear.
Oh, do you still have the earpiece? Oh, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, pull out your pocket. But
basically,
taking it out.
If you ask Megabyte, she'll be like, yeah, it's like 3rd desk from the left, 2 across. It's the one with the bobblehead on it. Sorry, bit busy trying to hack your fucking security guard's Twitter and fill it with porn so that nobody can find you guys there in all of the fuss. I'm sorry.
In all of the fricking.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's honestly a good method.
Tits, Ken. Tits.
Tits? Is that the limit of your vision? You would not believe what I put on his Twitter. Right.
Hey, stop. I see you took some of my advice.
I call it painting the walls damp.
It's the scattergun approach.
You head over to his desk.
I'll keep an eye out so that nobody thinks we're acting suspicious and stuff.
You're not luckily walking near anyone. The other people on the floor seem to be engrossed in their own thing. One guy seems to be just texting, feet up on the desk, like he's just done for the day but hasn't bothered to leave yet. You head towards Ash's desk. You find his coat is slung over the back of the chair, and his bag, it's like a fancy-looking, very expensive leather sort of satchel creation, is down by the foot of the desk. Looks like it's just been kicked aside.
We are taking those with us.
There's half a cuff of copy left on the desk.
Oh,
you can assume it's been there for a week. And the computer's obviously asleep, but they're permanently left on in places like this, so if you shake it, it'll probably come to life.
So I want to be looking around the desk and in his bag, because I'm not going to touch technology, let's be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Fair.
The bag hasn't got... What would I have in it? There's no phone. The phone doesn't seem to be here. His phone seems to have gone, if he had one with him. There is a slim, what looks like another personal laptop in his bag.
Great.
So you've got
I'm just taking the whole entire bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take the entire bag. I just want to see if there's anything interesting to give me something to do in this building.
That's fair. No, but you've got his personal effects. I'll give you a better rundown of what's in the bag a bit later, but it's nothing like, it's not like a secret handgun or anything.
Alright.
No locked drawers or anything?
There are some locked drawers, yeah. You would, because you have personal and secure information at work, so you do have locked drawers. But whether it's locked secret, kindred stuff, or just locked financial details, you don't know.
Hey, Ernie.
That's not my name.
Sure.
That's what I call him.
I mean, this drawer's locked. Can you make it open?
No, it's locked.
What use are you? You're supposed to be some old powerful. You seem useless. I don't think you're. Are you just rich? Is that all you are? Are you Batman? Is that your superpower?
I am not a bat, although I am a man, and unlike our dear Duke, I prefer to use what is necessary when it is necessary.
Well, we gotta open this drawer and not arouse suspicion while doing it. Can you do it?
Fine.
Can you?
Make sure no one's looking, will you?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my stealth specialty of breaking in.
Oh, so you can do it.
Yes, you can do it, actually. Hi, cat.
He's just a dramatic old man who's like, I shouldn't have to do this menial labour.
Yeah, as you've got the speciality of breaking in, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. This is one of those locks that's more for the point of putting people off because there's a lock. you can imagine the sort on a filing cabinet. You can actually break it just by jamming, a small sharp thing into it, and the drawer slides open.
There you go.
There's just
Thank you.
printouts, some emails, some financial records.
I'm just going to slide as much as I can into this bag.
Okay, it's not huge. You can slide most of the paper in there into the bag and sift through it later. It's mostly printed secure materials. There's nothing particularly strange in there.
Cool.
Oh, there's a USB. There's a USB in there.
Great. It takes USB.
I need to write down what I've just given you here. Laptop USB.
Do I want to touch the computer?
Just wave the mouse.
Do I want to touch it is the question.
Yeah, you do.
Says Megan from a distance. Yeah, touch it.
You open up the computer, and if anyone comes to talk, I'll speak with them.
Great. Alright, I touch the computer.
Okay. It whirs to life. You hear the fans come on, and a couple of the screens light up again. You can see some incomprehensible trading stuff at the top as bits and pieces dart across the screen. But one of the bottom 6 screens comes on, and you can see his Outlook has opened up again. And he'd left it open on an email from the porters that said there's a parcel for him downstairs if he wants to come and collect it.
Okay.
And he has to sign
when was
for
this
it.
email?
It's an apology. It was sent last Friday about 9:30 p.m.
Do what? So that's when he was taken then.
Possibly.
Well, sounds like our porters have probably seen the kidnapper then.
Yep.
So piecing that together, it said apologies, we'd bring it up, but you have to sign for it in person. If you come down to the deliveries bay.
Okay, and they should have a transaction record or something. I don't know.
Yep. So that's
a senders list or.
Yep.
There might be an old boy down there who was there and saw it.
Yep.
It's probably worth taking a look.
So I take pictures with my smartphone.
Excellent.
And send it to Megabyte.
Smart.
Yep.
Of all the things.
Cool.
Phone.
I immediately freaking file away the ones of the trading floor. I'm like, not interesting. And immediately look at the Outlook instead.
Before I go, let me just do a tech roll to see if there's anything else interesting on this computer.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Tech roll. Casey's doing a tech roll.
Please don't fail. I don't like being the idiot in the group.
Is that Casey saying that or Kenneth?
Both. 3 successes.
Believe me, you are
What
not the idiot in the
specifically are you
group.
looking for, or just anything that pertains to his ghoulish nature, or anything kindredy, or
Anything that would help Kenneth.
Ooh, spicy.
Maybe even some information that I could use next time the prince wants to threaten me or something. I don't know.
Okay.
So anything that could help Kenneth.
Anything to help Kenneth? Let me have a think on that, and I will come back to you.
Great.
I'll think on that.
Have you found what we were looking for, dear Ken?
Sure.
Wonderful. Where next?
We gotta go downstairs to the porters?
The porters?
Yeah, we gotta speak with
Just speak to
the
servants.
working class.
The help?
Good heavens. Well, I suppose needs must.
And at that point, we will switch to our other group of vampiric wanderers. Duke Vermilion and Tyburn, what are you doing?
Hello.
Well, for a start, I have I'm removing the Duke Vermilion face makeup.
This is sensible.
Face makeup and the cape. There's nothing to be done with the hair. That's caked on as it
It is a little bit.
But I'm putting just like a flat cap, and I've got a fairly standard-looking kind of bomber jacket to put over that. So I just look like someone walking home late from work, basically.
Excellent.
Does this mean that Tyburn is currently standing like a bouncer outside of a public convenience?
Yep.
No, I'm just changing while in the van before we go.
I imagine
sure.
sort of maybe
Good.
behind the van, like Megan's kicked you out and slammed the doors, and you've just
Yeah,
grabbed
exactly.
a duffel bag, and you're just shielding yourself with the van while Tyburn stands like a bouncer.
She offers unwanted fashion advice.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
hear it's trendy if you do it the buttons wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
but
actually,
that's just
interject. May I
as a
quickly-
note that I've decloaked to a more normal look. Literally decloaked.
Literally decloaked. While you're decloaking, actually, I think I might have done this in the wrong order. I keep stealing Matt's accent, I'm so sorry.
It's
Seraphima
infectious.
Yo.
and Thompson are doing a wide search, just driving around, right, trying to find your trail, your blood magic trail.
Mhm.
I will
Yeah.
save you the roll and the time. You can't find anything. He wasn't here in the last 24 hours, best you can tell. So by the time
in that case, we're just driving around listening to some
Exactly.
tunes.
So once you've done a circle of the bank, you've driven back to the building, you circle back, you come back and you see Duke Familian stepping out, trying to pull out some chalk from his hair, and you park next to Megan and the van, which is locked and closed up, and you can hear faint music emanating from within. You're welcome to join in with Duke and Tyburn.
Have I seen any nearby bars that look like people who work around here would frequent them?
Oh, absolutely, and they're still open, and the people are quite drunk by now. So, also, if you're hungry, it's probably a good bet.
Yeah, not just that, but I'm thinking maybe I can...
Although, again, please be careful, this is not our domain.
Yes.
I wasn't... Okay.
But you're not literally in the same building as...
We all poachers, it's fine.
Yeah. So,
I'm not a poacher.
But you have established a piece of information.
No,
He doesn't seem to have been here in 24 hours, which is really frustrating, and I'm sorry you used up your ability without particular
That's all right.
result.
I can do it again.
I mean, a negative is
I'll
as
just
much
do it every
information as a
day.
positive.
Exactly. So, if you want to join the Duke and Tyburn, the Duke is zipping up his fly as you return.
Oh, what have you been doing?
It just falls open sometimes, okay? These are quite old pants. I need a new pair.
Well, then buy some new ones, you idiot.
Okay.
I wonder if you could fit a man in a post box. Sorry.
Let's not try that this evening.
Actually,
let's go.
Can I tap on the van window to ask Meg something?
Of course.
Yeah, you may. The window rolls down, and
Hey.
and you just hear yes.
Can you find the social medias of some of our man's colleagues? See what bars they go to a lot? I want to step into some and see if I can find any of his friends. Maybe
of course,
squeeze them for information.
Check the local bars, Meg. Tell us which desk it is, Meg.
I
Bomb
don't
the
know who
security
I'm
guard's
looking
Twitter
for.
with porn, Meg.
The first you guys heard of that one.
Porn, we're on a working job.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I'll just sit here and do it. It's fine. I wasn't busy anyway.
Hey, we're doing all of the legwork.
Ernest is fully aware he'd be lost without Meg.
Of all of them, Meg, I think, is quietly and would never admit it the fondest of Ernest.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a she
He's
sees him a
just
bit
like
as
her
a bumbling father
helpless
figure.
granddad.
Yeah, she does actually quite like Ernest. Anyway,
Listen,
but despite her mumbling
check
to
the
herself,
social medias, but last time I checked the social medias, I accidentally sent boob pics to everyone I know.
yes, I know
That
they're on
took
the security
so
guard's
long.
Twitter.
What? You
Oh,
took
did
my
I say
face
that
out
aloud?
this time,
I'm
right?
sorry.
Right,
She searches
Boop, 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 boop.
she doesn't search social media straight away. She's gonna go. She literally Googles top 5 bars,
Near
London
me.
night out.
I need to
in
know
the
who
area.
his colleagues are, Meg. I can see what you're doing.
Then she flips the filter to $3 signs rather than the 2 or 1 budget night out once.
Oh.
And she'll I suppose you'll want a map, won't you?
No, I have this tourist guide to London. It's
Oh my god.
so
I was gonna
old.
say.
Can
like
I
90s.
just
Take it out of her
suggest-
corset.
I know in my building, the most popular bar is literally opposite the building.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate they
alright,
went through all
Meg
this
is
work to find it, and it's across the road.
Yeah.
Tiber, I think Tyburn will now go and try and find, essentially. So he's gonna. So after he works out that basically the best bar is closest bar, he will try and locate closest bar, and when he does, he's going to look for a smoking area.
Okay.
Oh, smart.
Good idea.
Very smart.
Oh, what is this bar called?
It's.
What horrible stuck-up name
I
does it have?
was just googling it. It's called the. I don't know. Oh, help me think of one.
Are you looking for a real bar?
I was trying to play on that's slug and lettuce and oysters and
Yeah,
champagne and one of these kind of something and something.
The ones,
The really bloody trendy tap.
the ones near me are literally, I think Hex would be great. Single words, because I've got the Union and the Refinery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like Hex.
I like
Let's go
Hex.
with Hex.
Hex. I
How
love
about
Hex.
The Hex.
And it's
Yeah.
Hex.
the Hex.
The Hex. Yeah.
Oh, sounds like my kind of
Excellent.
place.
Yep. And it's one of the. And it's going to be one of these. It's one of these places that can't work out if it's a club or a bar, and so it's the worst of both.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
and a
know
restaurant.
exactly the
It's all
sort of-
things to all people at all times of day.
And therefore nothing to anyone. And so there's definitely there are some heavy beats coming out from like a back room or something.
Oh god, yeah.
And,
but it's like £20 a cocktail, but they're also trying to serve like bruschetta. It's just bizarre.
Apparently, DJ Crescendo is playing tonight.
Oh,
wonderful.
DJ Crescendo.
Duke is going to take one look at this, and his lips just going to curl.
Oh yeah, no culture here.
Now to go in with the plan. Right, Duke for me.
I go in, I seduce people until I get information. Enough of a plan, let's go.
I have a better plan.
Oh.
So, what is it? It's a Saturday night, right?
Sunday morning by the stage,
Okay.
but yeah.
About 1 in the
Sunday
morning.
Okay, Vermilion, you're with me. We're looking for cokeheads in the loo. They're investment bankers,
I love
right?
cokeheads.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some of those in the loo for sure.
Right.
They taste so fizzy.
Right, we're going to. All right, we're going to look for some old Henry Hoovers and.
Oh my god.
Seraphima, if you sort of do your thing, but stay within earshot, I will try and reconvene in the smoking area, for it is A, the quietest place, and B, well, it's quite easy to mug someone. I didn't really have a plan B to that one.
Okay, if any of them are smoking weed, I call dibs.
Okay.
Just for reference, I have a feeding exclusion for like club goers, and I'm extending that the whole like club neon cyberpunk aesthetic is absolutely not what Duke is about, which is going to feed into my bane.
Okay, which is
As a Toreador, if I am in less than beautiful surroundings, I take a negative to my dice pools, equivalent to the severity of my bane.
I think
so
it's
basically,
especially
it's
in regard to charisma.
Yes. Bane from I think it's Bane from discipline-related dice pools. But yeah, basically, I have a malice in this location because just ew.
Yeah. Like, on the surface, to other people, this looks perfectly fine. It's clean, it's tidy, it's overpriced, but it is so soulless. You can feel it sapping whatever soul you have left, Vermilion.
Yep.
And it's painful. Yeah, you find this place is bad. Even the burnished gold sign. Ooh, that font.
Right, Tyburn is immediately going to walk through the door. There's no door, people.
There is. There will be a bouncer of sorts.
There will be a bouncer.
Yeah,
Lovely.
what are you wearing?
Before you leave, Tyburn, Meg taps you on the shoulder as she goes,
"Hello,
Tyburn, love. You might want to leave behind your gun."
Oh yes. Just takes the gun out, puts it in. Right.
Thank God for Meg.
Megan is honestly like,
She's everyone's mum.
I've never played the group mum before. This is so fun.
I love it so much.
I remember something. I turn to Seraphima and I ask politely to remove the crowbar.
Hand comes out of the window and just is like, "Come on."
I hand
Fine.
I hand the crowbar.
3 vampires walk into a bar.
And no humans walk out.
Specifically, one vampire approaches, grits his teeth. Apart from, actually, Seraphima probably looks the most like on scene.
Seraphina looks like a club.
Yeah, a bit more goth than the usuals around here. They're a bit more like normal goth.
I mean, this is still the place that people go to after work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly compared to us two, though, because I look like I look far too normal. Like I look like someone's dad come to pick them up from band practice after school. Right
You're
now.
all slightly out of place.
Baby.
I think you're right that Seraphima is the most fitting. Like, she's definitely got more going on than the normal person here, the normal banker or rich kid who lives around the block. A bit more alternative, but she's dressed up at least.
At least I'm wearing eyeliner.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I can also use compel to get the bouncers to let us in.
No,
if you
You
like.
can. If this guy's not like, he's not checking everyone out, he's not patting them down. He's more, are you well dressed? Are you just here to cause trouble? And are you already really drunk?
Yeah.
Well,
So don't worry too much. I don't want to
those.
hold you up on that, but I want to say like there is some security. So you guys
There
can
is
get
some
in as long as Tyburn's not like caked in mud.
Absolutely.
I am not caked in mud.
Tyburn.
We
Excellent.
will, in which
He was
case
hosed
we'll
down.
head in and we will start casing. We will start casing the joint for cokeheads in the loo.
Anybody that's so Tyburn specifically is going to be looking for anybody really, really smashed. Actually, no, not really, really smashed. I want to look for people who, you know, on the stage of like the good drunk before it becomes disaster.
Yes.
And I know there's going to be few.
Merry.
This
So
bar
I
is
will-
probably quite full of those. There's also some very drunk, so to find the ones that are not quite very drunk. But you're 1 a.m. on a Saturday and there's bankers, like, they're pissed.
Yeah, I've got so I have, is awareness what I use here, or is it investigation?
This'll be wits, I think, to act in the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I would say wits awareness.
I have 3 wits, and I have 4 awareness.
Excellent.
Right, and 2 of these are hunger dice. There'll be the 2 red ones.
Aye.
So, okay, I rolled. I got 1 success and 1, 2, 3, 4 failures.
That's okay. It's just 1
2
success overall.
Wow.
2 successes, 4 failures. What am I on about?
You walk into a
wall. Wait, hang on. I roll a dice a second time. Let's do that. I got another failure.
Hey, okay. Hey. Well, no, a 1 is something. You're looking around. There's plenty of very drunk people. Spotting sober people is difficult. Spotting those people on the perfect cusp between drunk enough to talk and not drunk enough to not be able to talk is difficult. And this many people in one place, not in a fight scenario, is a little bit overwhelming. Okay. You're just looking around. There's just a lot of hot young bankers who smell like money in here.
Okay.
And alcohol.
Tasty.
Tyburn, I think Tyburn is actually going to, because if you have a conversations always happen in the smoking area. So he's going to go over there.
All right. So you head back outside again.
Yep.
And there are a couple of people standing there. There's 2 young men chatting who kind of give you a stern look, like they're talking about something private when you sort of emerge. And there is a young woman, long blonde straightened hair, sort of smart suit, looks pretty drunk, leaning on the edge of like a planter with like a small hedge in it. Stubs out a cigarette and lights a second one. Sees you come out, not know what, like look around, and she kind of waves a cigarette in your direction.
I will go over and take a lighter out of my pocket, because I imagine Tyburn has a lighter.
She hands you the cigarette and then holds her own out for you to light it.
Oh, okay. He will light it, light his cigarette, and then have a moment of
fire! Sorry.
No. Well, there is a little primal bit of fire.
Yes. Vampires. Fire is a bad one. Fire can hurt you guys. She takes it back and takes a drag of hers and like just sits back.
No, this is Tyburn having to do social interaction.
Hell yeah. I love it. It's awkward. I can feel it already. She already seems disinterested in you, as you don't like immediately start chatting over anything. She's just leaning back and like looks a bit bleary and takes a drag of her cigarette.
Money? What? Hang on, sorry. This is Peter Wellman having a brain fart.
That's quite all right.
No,
buddy.
This is
money.
Money.
While you brain fart, I'm going to skip back to the van just to keep things really interesting, and I won't do the Blackberry chime again. It just bzzzt, bzzzt. And Megan, you glance down, you see
Meg kinda,
a message.
Yeah, half looking, picks it up.
It says, "Did you pass on the message?" No punctuation except for a question mark at the end, no capitalization, and it's from an unknown number.
Meg's going to reply, not yet, soz, he is busy, we'll pass on ASAP. Kiss, kiss.
You put the phone down.
H gave you a chance to not do that mistake.
And then you pause, and then you pick up the phone again and look at it. It's not your BlackBerry. This is the dusty one that you've handed by the Camarilla.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. So hang on. It was the... Oh, God. Was it the same unrecognised number that's... It's not Pearson?
It's not Pearson, and it isn't the number that sent you the picture of the ghoul. That isn't the number that sent this phone the picture of the ghoul. It's another unknown number.
I'm gonna
UK mobile.
I'm going to resist the temptation to reply, new phone, who did?
Well, you just replied with a bunch of X's, so, you know. You can feel the question marks coming from the other end. You can just feel them.
Yeah, why are you sending X's to someone else's husband, Meg?
Because Meg's been around for so long that they're like family. And Meg's been invited up to the Yorkshire property before, I'm sure.
Yeah, like, she is bizarrely... Like,
Meg and Tyburn have both been, like... And also, I think Megan particularly, Theodore is like, thank you for stopping my husband from just
Yeah, I
imploding.
feel like Theodore and Megan have quite an understanding. I feel like...
What if they're just, like, besties?
I kind of like the idea, like, they don't talk to each other that often, but when they do meet, it's like that uncle that you don't see often, but just gets you.
Absolutely. I think that's about it.
That's how Meg is with Theodore. Like, she she likes the ale.
All right. Unless you want to do anything with this text in the moment, we'll move away from that brief scene.
Meg will
and back to the bar.
Meg will realise that she's put her foot in it. She will swear loudly, possibly in Gaelic.
Nice.
And then she's gonna like put the blackberry down and see if there's a reply. She's just gonna kind of leave it.
Okay.
She's aware she didn't say anyone's name. She said E, not Ernest.
Yes.
She was just like, yeah, E is busy. We'll pass on ASAP.
It's not too incriminating as it goes. It's a bit embarrassing.
It's just odd.
There's a 1 in 26 chance that it was not incomprehensible to them. It could also be
she'll
an
leave
E.
it for the minute and she'll wait.
All right.
And then she'll turn back to... I've forgotten which particular task she was on. I think she's looking at the footage, isn't she?
She was probably still on the footage,
Yeah,
so sifting
footage.
through for any more
She's
little
such
clues.
a good
All
little,
right, so the camera's going to
little
pan
worker.
back to the hex where Tyburn is standing outside, having just said, "Money."
Money.
Can I have a
Sorry.
wits awareness check from you, Tyburn? Now you're outside, please.
Yes, this is again 7
luck.
dice. Those 2 are hunger. Oh, I rolled a 1 on the hunger dice.
Of course you did.
No.
Did you?
Oh, I rolled 2 1.
Rolls 2 1s, you're fine.
Oh, he did.
I did roll 2 1s on the hunger dice.
You immediately eat her.
Well,
Compulsions.
0.
compulsion
I got,
time. Let me find your gangrel compulsions.
2 successes, 3 successes. No, so I got 3 successes, 1 failure. Well, the 3 failures and the horrible failures, and another failure.
Bestial failure, I believe, is what the
Yes.
game refers to that, and that's any failure that involves a 1 and is on a hunger dice.
Yes.
Question is, did he fail?
So overall, what was your number of successes? Good question, thank you, Casey.
I got 2. I got 2 successes, and the rest were failures. I am not having good dice rolls.
No, okay, I think we're going to say this was a bit of a failure.
Someone want to willpower that?
You could willpower it, otherwise that
I'm
blend
going
is
to
looking
willpower.
real tasty.
Willpower's a reroll, right?
Yeah, you get 3 rerolls. 3, so pick 3 dice that failed and reroll them, but I
Are
think not the hunger dice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to choose 3 of those failures. Well, we got another 1, and
boy.
so we got 2 more failures and 1 success. So
That's now
That's
3.
like 3 successes now.
Okay.
3 successes, 4 failures.
3 successes is what you needed. Does that mean I then ignore the bestial failure, Casey? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. All right. Because that lady was very close to offering you a cigarette and possibly not coming out the other side very well. She still looks tasty, though. Right.
Don't smoke, children.
Exactly. Just leads to being eaten by a feral gangrel outside a pub in Canary Wharf. As you glance away from her and away from your smoking cigarette in your hand, you look out past the hedge and down across to the edge of the water, and you can see a figure standing, leaning against the bar, which separates the walkway from the water below, and he seems to be looking your way. He seems a little out of place. He seems pretty young, even from this distance. You can see he's got a very youthful face, possibly even younger than Kenneth. And his suit is very ill-fitting, and he's holding a briefcase, which is just a little bit weird at 1 a.m. And he just seems kind of fidgety, and he seems to be holding up a phone to his ear, and the moment you make eye contact with him, he turns around and starts walking.
Right, I'm going to hand her the cigarette and just say, "Hold this," and then I'm going to vault the fence.
Okay.
I'm going to vault the hedge.
Not hard to do. Do you tell anyone else what
actually-
you're doing? Let's actually, before you vault the fence, we pan back to
right.
Duke Vermilion, and Seraphima in the bar. You see Tyburn go outside, accept a cigarette, and then vault a fence.
Cool.
Were you doing anything in the meanwhile?
I'm not concentrating on him. I am looking for a banker-type fella in this bar who looks a bit dejected and annoyed about the world.
Oh, easily done.
All the other guys are there getting drunk and saying misogynistic things and slapping the asses of the bartenders.
Yep.
And he's at a table with his face buried in a cocktail, looking glum.
Oh, you don't even need to roll to find one of those. There's always a couple. Yeah, you see a guy that looks like
my
that.
favourite. Okay, I'm gonna buy him a gin and tonic and then approach him.
Good idea.
They all drink gin and tonics. They think it makes them classy.
Duke Vermilion, what are you doing simultaneously? Because I feel like everything's about to come to a head at once, possibly when you see Tyburn leg it.
I was going to I was going to phone it in and ask for a charisma roll for I'm a friend of I'm a friend of Ash's, and he's not answering his phone.
Yeah. Have you seen him around? Cool.
Yeah.
So let's get both of you rolling general charisma, and you could probably make this manipulation if you wanted, but I think it's more of a social setting at the moment, so I'm going to say charisma and persuasion.
Can I make mine? I believe I have seduction.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Any
Can
other
I add
suggestions
that
for
to it?
yourself, Jacob?
I was just going to ask for subterfuge.
Subterfuge? Yeah, that too. That works, yep.
Did I invent seduction in my head? Is this a thing?
It sounds like it might be a specialism for persuasion.
Because I know you have it as your feeder
It is.
type.
I have seduction. There we go. So I
Yeah,
have
so you get an extra
one,
dice, yeah.
and I have an extra one for being
Yep.
pretty. So what was this? Sorry, charisma.
So charisma, if your seduction is under persuasion, it'll be charisma plus persuasion, +1 for seduction, +1 for being pretty. So this should be a pretty good pool you've got.
And I'm going to switch on awe as well, just to help, which would normally give me 2 extra dots, but because I'm in an unaesthetic environment, it only gives me 1.
Yes, it does. Thank you for remembering.
Oh, and 1 hunger die. Yep, I've got a hunger die in there.
Good, good, good. Don't forget those hungry dice.
I have 4 successes altogether.
Okay.
4, 5 successes.
Okay, I'll say actually what Seraphima's trying to do is a little easier than what you're trying to do, Vermilion, because you're trying to find someone who specifically knows Ash and get information, but 4 isn't too bad, and this is the pub opposite his building.
Yeah.
So Seraphima, absolutely, you sit down, you slide a G&T over to this guy, and he looks at you like he's just found his answer in the world. He's like, oh, my manic pixie goth girl has arrived. And he just goes, I've had
finally.
such a day. And he just starts talking, and you're like, oh, Lord.
Tell me about it, stud.
Oh, Lord. Like,
Oh
he's
God.
just starting to dump his problems on you. Like, he gives the perfunctory kind of, yeah, so what's your name? Yeah, that's nice. I mean, yeah, so you from around here? Yeah, that's nice. And then it's back about him. It's all about him.
She does give her fake name,
Of course.
which is Lucy Beagle.
She does not look like a Lucy Beagle. A Lucy Beagle wears, like, Kath Kidson and polka dots.
She's Lucilla. In
She
this
does.
outfit, she is Lucilla.
Yeah.
No, I like the fact that it's Lucy Beagle and the fact it's so incongruous, and yet people are still like, oh.
Lucy. Hello.
Lucy.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You could sell anything in that dress.
Yeah.
Apparently. Cool. And then, Vermilion, you wanted to find someone who actually knows Balthazar. You got 4 successes, right?
4 successes, yes.
Who knows Balthazar? You are Balthazar. You know what I mean. Yeah, you ask around. The person you actually end up speaking to is the bartender,
Oh, yes, of course.
who is a young woman, sort of hoop earrings, looks kind of sporty, cheery enough despite working kind of late hours on Saturday. Says she gets good tips from these guys here and says, yeah, I think I know him. He's like an Indian guy. He's like, middling height.
Yes, and Yorkshire. Yeah. Just wondering
Yes,
if you've seen him. Just wondering if. Oh, God damn it, Yorkshire, pasty, down to pub. Right, there's the accent. Right, just wondering if you've seen him around in the recent week. Also,
This week specifically? I don't know, I mostly work weekends and stuff. I don't know. Well, where was I? I was in on like Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know. He hasn't come in a couple of days, I don't think. There's a lot of people come and go.
It's like, what's your It's been a while since I've seen him. What's your read on him? Is he like one of the lads, or does he kind of keep to himself, or anything like that?
I don't know. He's mostly here with
Such
his
a
workmates.
non-suspicious question.
If he comes across with like the group from the floor, and they'll do like rounds and stuff, or do shots or whatever after work. But he doesn't really stay beyond them. He usually leaves pretty early. Yeah, he's not like he kind of gestures softly to the rest of the room. He's kind of like not like these guys, you know. He's not here for a fun time. He just comes along to be social, as far as I can tell.
Nondescript.
Pretty much. He's quite polite. That's the only reason I remember him, because he's not a complete. Yeah, you know, he's all right. He seems all right.
Cool. I will leave a tip to thank her for her time and look up just as Tyvan bolts the hedge.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay, Lukey, what were you trying to get out of this dude? Because you did roll pretty good.
So we're assuming that the bankery guys in here are working for the same
At
place.
least some of them would be, yeah.
I'm trying to find out if he knows Ash and just anything he might know.
Okay. Well, what he would like to know is you better, but
Well, that's fair.
he
Hey, I'm not above having a feed.
he works for he does work for Barklandare TSB. He doesn't seem to know Ash personally. He kind of gives a vague kind of like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, like maybe, but like seriously, my day yesterday was the worst. I can't tell you because I'm so important, but like, you wouldn't believe what happened with my manager. And he's kind of like, he will tell you anything you want, but he doesn't necessarily seem to know Ash particularly well. Like, he maybe has heard his name, like, yeah, I think that guy's in my company, and have you got any sort of specific questions for him to like dredge his mind on? Because like, he's pretty drunk, he's not going to start, you know, listing Ash's siblings or anything, like kind of without a prompt.
Which is, I kind of want to know if there's anything weird going on.
Yeah.
At the bank,
Yeah, like
if they
insight
seem
into
to
like
have
kind
any dodgy dealings.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bankers.
You know what I'll give
obviously,
you,
but...
because you roll pretty well, is he doesn't know Ash too well, but he knew his father. Ash's dad used to work at the bank as well, in a similar role, obviously just more senior, but he died in a car accident a couple years ago, and it was quite like sudden and tragic. But Ash has always been doing the sort of same job and working up to where his dad was, and sort of took over a couple of his contacts and the like when he passed. So that's the kind of the office gossip.
Can I also see if he knows about this Professor Pearson? Or anything to do with...
He laughs at that. He does not know anything about that, no.
Well, worth a try.
And then you see Tyburn vault the hedge.
Oh, I look at it and I go, oh, I was so hungry.
Spring.
Me too. Do you want to get out of here and get a bite to eat?
Oh, you don't know how much I would like that. She doesn't use her real accent when she's talking to Prey. She's like, can you just wait here for like 10 minutes? I just have to go and make a quick call.
Yeah, of course, babe. No problem.
Don't go anywhere. She gives him a kiss on the cheek. And he gets a big red lipstick mark.
Alright, he just sits there and sips a gin tonic, looking real pleased with himself.
She like grabs Duke on the way out. Come on, Tyburn's doing something.
I've reached out to grab Seraphina at the same moment. We're just like...
We're both like holding onto each other's arms like, no, I'm in the lead. No, I'm in the lead. Meg may be the most, or possibly only, competent member of the coterie, but it looks like the rest of us may have a chance to shine as we chase this mysterious figure through the streets of London. Look out for next week's episode to hear what happens next. But until then, thank you for listening to Direcast. If you'd like to keep up to date with episodes and announcements, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Direcast, and on Instagram at DirecastPod, and subscribe to us on your favourite podcatcher. And hey, if you enjoyed listening to us, maybe consider giving us a rating or review, or sharing us with a friend. We'd really love that. Direcast is Lukey Slynn, Matt George Lovett, Jacob War, Helen, Peter Wellman, and H Folkmans. This week we were joined by our extra special guest, KC. KC does things on the internet, but you won't be able to find him, because he lives under a rock. You may be able to summon him with the bat signal. Our logo and banner art are by H Folkmans. The Direcast theme and Masquerade variation were composed and performed by Matt George Lovett. This episode was edited by Jacob War. This week we were playing the cult classic Vampire the Masquerade, published by White Wolf Entertainment. We couldn't possibly give you all the links to all the places to find it, but we'll post some links to resources on how to get into the game in the episode description. And at least for this week, that's how the die are cast.